Hi, this is a short introduction to Widget.ai and how it works. Widget.ai was created for managers of websites to be able to create widgets which either update themselves on a daily or weekly basis with the latest news or insight, or widgets which add a certain functionality to your website. But before I continue, let me briefly show you some examples of what widgets are. Widgets are just bits of code that you can fit into your website on a specialist topic. For example, if you look here, you can see this BMI calculator is a separate widget created by Widget AI. Or on this website, you can see that there's a daily market update on gold prices, which has been created by Widget AI. On this website, you'll see a market tracker, which is maintained and updated by Widget AI. Or you can see a section of news on the Iran conflict, which is automatically updated by Widgetai.online. And these are all examples of the different types of widgets you can have. Now, as it happens, I run a website that captures news about the markets, financial information, price trend information. So if I want to create a widget for my website that might be relevant, I might want to create a widget about how the Iran war is impacting the price of raw materials. So if I want to do that, I'll click on Create New Widget. Now all of you can create a free account, no credit card required, to be able to start creating your first widget, right? And my widget is going to be the latest news, how the Iran war is impacting raw RM prices. There you go. Now, I'm going to try and blend the widget into my website based on colors. I'm going to click on businessanalytic.com because that's the format I wanted to follow. And then I'm going to tell in plain English what I want the widget to say. So, for example, create a bullet point list of the impact of the Iran war on raw material prices. Now, if I don't want to type it in myself, I could also go to the prompt wizard and say, well, I'm interested in a news item. The topic is going to be the impact of Iran war on raw material prices, and make a prompt. That's the other way it can be done. Then I'm going to give it a category, and that's only to help people later on find your widget. I can also choose a language, and I can choose literally any language I want. For now, I'm just going to stay in English. I'm going to choose the layout of the widget, but in this case, I'll let AI decide for me, so AI will make it up. I've got to set the dimensions. In this case, the width will be default, so set to 0, but I'm going to limit the height to 2000 pixels, and I'm going to tell it how often I should want to refresh it. In this case, weekly, because I haven't got the Pro plan, but the Pro plan you can update it daily, and I want it updated every Monday. So then I'm going to tell the system to create my widget. The moment I create my widget, I get a little section of code which I have to paste into my website. So it is an iframe bit of code. Now, I happen to run my site in WordPress, so I'm going to add a section of code. This may be different for every website. It's never very difficult. Sometimes you can just copy and paste it into HTML. Here's my little iframe, and now I'm going to update my page. And in just a moment, we'll view the page to see what that looks like. The widget that I'm created now will take a moment to get ready. So while we wait for that widget to update itself, let me show you some of the other examples of widgets that I've created. For example, here is one there. You can compare issues per country. Here is one where you can create a daily recipe or a weekly recipe with whatever fruit or vegetables are in season. The latest market news, a tracker on the price of gold, which is relevant. So that's a daily update on the price of gold with a little note on what is happening in the marketplace. And if you go into the widget gallery, you can also see other examples from other people that are particularly successful. This is a calculator which tells you how much you should weigh for your height and age. And all of this can be created with this in simple English language. Now, the BMI calculator obviously doesn't update itself on a regular basis. That once it's live, it will stay the same format. So you click on the button that says never updated. But you can also do a weekly or a daily quiz on the news, etc. So the options are really infinite, and what you'll find is as you start using Widget AI, you'll get more and more creative. All right, so let's take a look at that page. The HTML code here has updated itself. Now I will view my page. And so what you'll see is that Widget AI has created the impact of the Iran war on raw material prices. And if you think this was prepared beforehand, it really was not. This has happened while I've been talking to you. So there's all kinds of formats. Now, if I don't like this format, I can go back into the description and create it the way that I want to do it. It also shows you the last date it was updated. So that gives you an overview, and that's the kind of thing you can do with Widget AI. And this page now will update itself on a weekly basis. The initial use of Widget AI is free. You can set up a free account, you can make a first widget, you can see how it works. So I would say give it a go, and I think you'll quickly find that it is very interesting and very useful, and will genuinely deliver benefits in terms of the way you engage your users on your website, but also with SEO or even getting listed in large language models.